Hello, 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 hello. It's your guy, Beefy McFly, once again back with another one of these episodes of the greatest show that you never heard of, but you heard of because you're listening and you're watching right now. Because it's just me. I, that is he, the one that does what he does and only can do it as I can. Never have I ever tried to be like another man. Because I could never do what another man can, just like no man can do what I can. And I'm nothing like that toucan saying. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, dig. You know, today's a beautiful day. We got who just stepped in the building. Out of nowhere, it's the young big money D Dizzles. He's out here chilling in the city of the 4-1 Fizzle. What's going on? Are you having a good 415 day?
Yeah, I've been chilling.
You've been chilling. What is going on?
I've been chilling. Your
Yeah,
timer went off.
yeah, you've been having you a good day. It's been a minute since you've been on the Booster Take Show. What, are you at work at this moment? Cause you seem like you have you're
No,
you're
no,
you're patrolling the area.
no, I'm at the house.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. How's everything going with you, young one?
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a little. Today, we're going to be talking about the NBA play-in games. Right now, they got Orlando versus Atlanta. Do you know anything about any one of these two teams? Seems like the young man has something going on.
I got
So,
Young Curry and and Jimmy. They better not sell me on Prize Picks.
who
Huh?
plays for Atlanta Fat Hawks?
I just gave it to you. Man.
Because they're losing by 9 points to Orlando.
Orlando Hawks don't got nobody but Trey Young.
All right, so Orlando should win this game with no problem.
It depends if Trey Young want to go for 50.
Who's that number 34 for Orlando? He feeling himself. He got braids. He's beating on his chest. He's out here feeling himself. What's going on with that? They're up. He's at the free throw line. It's 8 minutes, 22 seconds left in the game in the fourth quarter. And they're playing Orlando's at home. So are there Orlando's better than Atlanta?
Atlanta don't got nobody but Trey or Snub Star Young.
Nobody but Trey Young.
Trey All Star Snub Young.
All-star snub.
Yeah.
He he's not all-star caliber
Not according not to the
to the
rankings.
voters.
To the voters, he not, but everybody in the NBA
Oh, who is
is.
number 5 for Orlando? What a move! Oh, that's Pablo
What
Blanchero.
do you want, son?
That's Pablo Blanchero. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
he got some skills. So Orlando is a problem. Is Orlando going to be a problem?
Yeah, I've been told you Orlando was gonna be a problem. They drafted Paulo Banchero.
Uh huh. And who else besides Pablo they got?
Mo Wagner or France Wagner. One of the Wagners.
They got
Hey,
multiple Wagners.
one or both of them.
Uh, how they get multiple Wagners, huh? Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, because it then went to a mute for a second.
Nah, my phone just about to die.
Oh, you about to die? Well, um, It's WrestleMania week. What's your WrestleMania predictions?
As long as Jey Uso don't win no title, we all good.
Why you say that? Why you say
Hold
Jay
on.
Uso?
Let me tell Supreme to join the podcast. Supreme, join
I
this.
gotta, I gotta send them a link.
Supreme, join this link. I'm finna
You gotta send them. I guess send them your link I sent to you.
Supreme, join this link. We talking about you in WrestleMania. Supreme, you heard me? 500.
So, what?
I was telling him to join the league.
Yeah, you would have to send it to him.
WrestleMania.
And I guess everybody else at the 415 day. That's why they haven't got on yet. You know, I know Creep sent me some
Yeah.
videos
On
from
that
there.
podcast.
There are some bunch of OG rappers out there, old school Frisco rappers is was rocking the stage and stuff. It was a nice amount of people out there. Everybody wearing Frisco clothing.
Huh? Who? Who is he? She said, "Why is you not out here?"
Because my body was hurting and I didn't want to drive, and that's why. Because if I was, I would have been out there, and you would be with me, and we'll be trying to record for the 415 day live from 415 day. But my neck is hurting from my vicious accident I was in, from the enraged motorist who tried to run me down and take me out the game.
I
You
know.
know, hey,
You out.
yeah, they tried to take me out. They didn't want they was hating, saying they didn't want no more episodes of the greatest show they never heard of, which is the Booster Take Show. You know, they was like, you can't have the roller coaster ride in your ear. They try to make me into a vehicle that flew off the bridge or something. They was trying. You know what I'm saying? That car was 3 times bigger than mine's.
What
Big
car?
ass, big ass Dodge 2500 Ram truck. That thing hurt me, man. It hurt me. Um,
Oh,
Orlando then stretched the lead out to 96-81.
96-81 Orlando.
Yeah. Number 3 for Atlanta just got an and one.
Was that DeAndre Hunter? I don't know Atlanta's team.
I don't know.
I
Let's
like
see.
Trae
Oh,
Young.
that's Karis LeVert.
Trae Young, that's my guy. I wish Trae Young would have got drafted to the Lakers.
So they got Trae Young and Karis LeVert in Atlanta.
I wish Trae Young would have got drafted to
Well,
the.
Trae Young is the poor man Steph Curry.
Don't disrespect Trae Young.
Please, Trae Young is not better than Steph Curry.
I didn't say he was better than Steph Curry. He's a better.
He's the poor. He's the broke version of Steph Curry.
Steph Curry has help. You can't name 5 players Trae Young played with over the past 5 years.
You ask Lou Williams
Lou Williams didn't win.
or
When
Jamal
has Trae Young
Crawford.
played with Lou Williams?
I don't know. I'm just naming Atlanta Hawks.
And one player Trae Young had on his team.
Clint Capella.
And what has B been?
Clint Capella.
And they don't do shit.
I don't know who else they had. Atlanta is doing horrible drafting.
You can't disrespect Trae Young like that when all envy when Jokic, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker all say
Jokic, they say Jokic don't have no help because Murray been hurt the whole
you
season.
can't say when Jokic, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, all of them say it's no longer called getting snubbed, it's getting traded. That's how raw he is. No longer getting snubbed for an All-Star game. You're getting traded.
Uh, uh, all right, well, Trae Young got the ball. Nice behind the back pass to number 3. He passed it to number 18, whoever that is. I have no idea who is playing on these teams. That's not a good thing. But
Trae Young is raw.
oh, number 18, come on.
Get Trae
He
Young.
looked like he's from
Davis.
Africa.
They win the title that same year.
Guy.
You heard me?
Guyi. Huh?
Get Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and they winning that title the same year.
Anthony Davis, softest?
Anthony Davis won't be playing soft no more. He'll have something to prove. The same way he's playing with Mavericks because he didn't think he was going to get traded.
He still got injured on his first game with the Mavericks. And then, okay,
what was his stats? He almost had 20 and 20 before he got injured. Something to prove.
and then he his last game against Luka, it wasn't too good. But they in the play-in, so he got to win 2 games to make it to the playoffs. So you'll see. You know, I'm disappointed in my Warriors because the Warriors blew 2 games. They blew a game against the Spurs.
And nigga, F your silence.
What?
No, some dude on this random gonna text me silence, please. Nigga, F your silence.
They blew a game against the Spurs when Harrison Barnes got his revenge on the Warriors, hit a game-winning 3, and that's what made us lose. And then we just lost that last game. We just lost to the Clippers in overtime the last game, and that just made us go into the play-in. So that destroyed a whole lot of shit. That messed us up.
If LeBron can somehow turn into 2014 LeBron for 5 games, for 16 games.
Right? You got Luka all world, Luka Duka, Uka Buka Hookah man.
We need more than one player.
You got Luka in the best. Luka LeBron's the number 2 and the best third player. Austin
Reed.
What Creek call him AR-15?
I need whatchamacallit. LeBron to play like 2012, 2013 LeBron. This averaging 19 since Luka has came is not going to work in the playoffs.
Why it ain't going to work if AR-15 is hitting 22 when the scores goes down and your bench goes down?
Because this is playoff basketball.
So I feel what Luka needs to score 32, 35 a game, and LeBron 25.
It ain't AR-20.
And AR-20.
Yes. 35, 25, that's 60.
And then what your bench gonna do?
That's 80. 80 out of the 120 that we score as a team. The bench could put up 40.
The bench can put up 40, huh? Okay. We got Tycoon just came to the stage. What's going on, Tycoon? Are you out at the 415 day?
Nah, I done left already, man. It was a lot going on. It was a fire happened on the bridge and everything.
Oh.
A fire just happened on the bridge?
Nah, it was a little earlier. It was a car caught on fire. It was a whole bunch of traffic.
typical Bay Area stuff, man. Typical
Yeah.
Bay Area stuff.
Huh?
We got young big money D bands on the pod today. He came in and
What's up?
joined.
For sure, yeah. It's been a minute. How you been, young man?
Good, playing this game, trying to concentrate on the game and on this podcast before my phone dies.
That's what's up.
So yeah, I think my guy Creep is at the 415 that he done sent me some footage with damn it, why I just can't think of his name right now. Damn it, PC.
Want me to do
Okay. Well, yeah, because it was 3 events that was taking place. I'm driving still right now, y'all, but it was 3 events that was taking place from like 2, and then I know the final one is over with at 10 o'clock. So they had 3 different events going on back to back.
Yeah, they got that 6 to 10 one that's going on with the DJ sets and everything that's happening.
Right.
Yep.
And ain't the Warriors playing over there too right now?
Yeah, the Warriors about to start. Actually, let me check my prize picks. They were supposed to start at 7. And it's 1 minute late. Okay, yep, they live. And 7 minutes and 54 seconds until the game gets live. See, that's what I'll be talking about.
Hello, you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, you know, it be some ill shit going on. Just like I was gonna come out there today, but I got beat up when you know what I'm saying, when them people tried to run me off the road, man. They hurt me bad.
What you talking about?
When I got hit the other day, man. I got in a car accident the other day, on Thursday.
Somebody tried to take out his phone and him in the same wall.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, see, that shit's contagious. There's been too many accidents happen. I done had some near accidents since since the one I told you I got into. I done had a couple close ones.
Yeah, I got into that accident Thursday.
We on the same
That
game.
shit, they whacked into me. Man, it was hella traffic. Right before the meter lights on the 92, and then I just felt somebody just bam. That shit hit me so hard, whipped my neck back 3-4 times, and that's what happened.
And
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now
he
too.
still decided not to go to the hospital.
Oh yeah, you tripping? You
Okay.
tripping? You need to be on your way. You need to be on your way right now. You got the insurance information?
Huh?
Yeah, he do. He got everything.
I already went to the hospital. I went to the hospital, but I might go back. You know what I'm saying?
No, go back. Go back. There's more money. Period. I mean, it's gonna cost you a few hours, but you'll be good.
That guy right there, that boy Supreme, that's the biggest Jey Uso fan of them all.
Okay, we got a young man in there yeeting. We got Creeper Knievel that stepped in the building.
No, yeet.
No. Hey, Creep, it's on you. What happened at your 415 day experience?
Say it again, OG.
Like, it sounds distorted.
What is my mic?
Because it's like, is it every? Do I sound distorted? Who sounds distorted?
I ain't gonna lie, it still sound distorted. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Me?
No, I hear you clearly.
I don't know if it's my phone, but like
Yeah, I think it might just be your phone.
Yeah, because I hear you clearly, and I hear everybody else clearly.
I,
I'm gonna take a break from this because I just got killed in less than 30 seconds.
So,
let me
how was
hold
the
on.
415 day?
Oh, man, it's good, baby. See, I got a blood in my hand. I'm good.
All right. Well, he'll be back once he got technical difficulties.
I
Young
mean,
guy, welcome to the Booster Take Show, Young Supreme. So, from what I'm hearing is that you are a Jey Uso fan.
Of course,
Boo.
the Yeet man himself. That's the guy.
He
gonna
getting
get
them
out to do it.
results, okay?
That man killed subs.
Now, so you feel he's gonna pull out the upset victory over Gunther?
Of course, he got to.
If he doesn't pull out the victory, what's gonna happen to him?
Then he should retire.
He should retire.
Like, the nigga been there in the business for 25 years. Ain't won a championship besides the Intercontinental. He ain't won a World Prestigious Championship yet, so he ain't really official for him.
He ain't been a solo wrestler for that long, though, neither.
I mean, him and his brother been a tag team since 2000.
Since they came out the womb.
And he's getting his run. Well, let's see. Creek, you think that they're gonna give Jey Uso the title for upset victory and a celebration?
In the past 3 years.
I ain't gonna lie. It's like I kind of got mixed feeling about that. I feel like they should give it to him, but like I feel like they'll give Gunther some shit, and then he'll have to do some other shit to get at him like at or before, a little bit after SummerSlam. But I feel like Jey Uso should get it because the Heat movement is popping right now.
I feel how do you give Jey Uso the title without diminishing Gunther as the ring general?
Who cares about diminishing Gunther as a ring general? That is something that Gunther has to deal with.
Gunther is a pro wrestler. So him
He's
getting beat,
the ring
and
guy.
he doesn't lose to entertainers. So how would that hurt him if he loses to an entertainer?
I agree. If the Jey Uso guy loses, he might as well do something different because he all the way how he got the crowd pumped. He gets the crowd pumped than anybody. They all out there waving, doing the yeet thing. Everybody's yeeting. They exercising. You go to the WWF show for an exercise little thing for about 5 minutes.
We got a celebrity in the building.
He might switch to SmackDown or do something like that, or even do a little quick stint in NXT just to disrupt things real quick.
If he go to SmackDown, he got to deal with Jacob. And Jacob is about to run SmackDown.
Little big brother.
Yeah, Jacob for sure about to run SmackDown.
Jacob all gas, no brakes.
Y'all mean.
Is that big?
You got to
money
deal with Jacob,
yeah?
Solo, and
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know, man. You know, Jacob and Solo, they at odds. I ain't saying it's just all bad, but they not 100% locked in right now.
Right.
Oh, who's the lady on the thing?
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay, how you doing? No, I'm just glad.
I'm
What's
doing good. That's all I was like. We got everybody in here. Is that Big Money D Bands?
what's up?
Yeah, man, D-Bands, let me borrow $1,000 real quick.
Y'all gotta hold on for a second.
You gonna get a 1,500
on
interest?
This Atlanta and Orlando game. So talk amongst yourself. Creek.
I'm watching
So,
that game too.
what else? Was it? God damn it! Go
Do
ahead.
you
I'll be
think
right back.
Cena is going to win number 17?
Man, I think it might be a line push to make him win it. You know what I'm saying? Because like even though The Rock hasn't showed up lately, I have a feeling he's gonna show his ass up on WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So you know it's really hard to say. And then it's like with me, I'm not asking if John Cena is gonna get it. Is he gonna try to keep it and retire it, and then this one be like, I'm stealing it from the WWE? Is that what he's gonna do?
So is he gonna spin what CM Punk did?
I don't think he gonna rock with CM Punk unless
No, I
CM
said
Punk
he gonna spin what
gonna
CM Punk
sleep.
did when he was beefing with Vince and walked out on the company with the title.
Remember, CM Punk got his head stopped by Seth Rollins in the Elimination Chamber, and John Cena capitalized on that. So I don't see CM Punk just like, I'm gonna rock with John Cena even if it's good for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was at 415 day. The only reason that I didn't fully stay is for some reason the beats and take those to the back of my mind. I kept looking at my phone like, I gotta do this podcast. I'm telling people that I'm fraternizing with and mingling with and trying to network with. Look, I'm not gonna be here all day. I gotta go and do this podcast. But yeah, 415 day is popping. I'm gonna have some footage for y'all. I'm gonna put some on the Booster Take page. I'm gonna put some on the Facebook page. I'm gonna put some on the Instagram page, on my own Instagram page as well as the Booster Take Instagram page. It was lit. It was a beautiful thing to see Frisco fraternize, and you ain't gonna worry about nothing. You know what I mean? And like
Which one did you go to?
And when he first walked past me, I'm like, hold on, this can't be Richie Rich. But there ain't nobody that looked like Richie Rich in the Bay other than Richie Rich. So, I'm like, okay, he here, and we eventually got to chop it up. And I'm like, oh, like, you from Oakland, what you doing here? But I had to think, oh, he started in 415, like when it was originally 415, the whole Bay Area. So he kind of has a right to be there as well. He's like, love. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had a couple little conversations I ain't gonna put out like that because it wasn't recorded or documented. But you know what I'm saying? We chopped it up though.
We got activity going on. Somebody's out in the public.
Yeah, that was me.
Small update: Orlando has defeated Atlanta by a score of 120-95.
Please bring Trey Young some help.
The Warriors have just started against the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies are up 2-0.
I need Ja Morant to give me 30, Stephen
There
Curry
are
to give me
5
35, and Jimmy Butler to dunk the ball, and we having a good night.
I hate to bring up the update news, but Memphis is actually up 5-0 now.
I see that.
Is LeBron playing tonight?
We ain't got to worry about playing tonight.
LeBron playing tonight.
The Lakers ain't got to worry about playing tonight. We number 3. We ain't got to worry about this playing shit.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter. SGA, USA, PGA.
You know what? Hold on.
Hey, D Money Bands, man. Let me D Money Bands. Let me get a band real quick to holler at them, man. You feel me?
SGA, USA, PGA.
Just because
Lakers
the
in 5.
NBA made sure that y'all got there by giving you Luka. You know what I'm saying? They pulled that bullshit because that
We
was some
we gave
that
up
was some
Anthony
back that
Davis.
was some in the backroom dealings right there.
We gave up
Hey,
Anthony Davis.
do you? Hey, Steph. I don't know if you understood by now, but man, I don't have a problem with cheating if it works in my
If
favor.
it works for me.
You feel me? I don't have a problem with that because they've been letting it go, so I don't care no more.
No,
You feel me? You talk to me,
nobody
let's work with that.
complaining when the Warriors had 4 or 5 All-Stars.
Yeah,
And we drafted all All-Stars. We didn't
Y'all
have to
didn't
trade
draft
for
Kevin Durant. Y'all didn't draft DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie was at the end of his career.
He is
Hey,
still
did
an
Boogie
All-Star.
actually win one with the Warriors?
So y'all didn't draft Kevin Durant or Kevin Durant.
Nah, we didn't draft Durant. We didn't, but we
Because Kevin
still
Durant's for
we
every
still
problem.
did what we had to do. But let's talk about this 415 day because creeped in, the gut in Tycoon was. I don't know if y'all was at the same one or y'all might have been there at different times because there was so much shit going on.
I felt like
Yeah,
I seen Tycoon there and jacked him up. Like I gotta think about it. I think I seen him. But you know,
I was
it
running
was a bit of
around.
a drink going around, and you know, it was kind of active a little bit. You feel me? But the thing is, at the end of the day, like you know, I was able to, you know, I was able to kick it, and it even though it was packed, it wasn't packed, but you know, it was still a little bit. You know, but
Right,
like,
right.
I love rejoicing Frisco. I love Frisco. I love the good things about Frisco. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Frisco. I'm from all day. It's 1-5.
Oh man, the Warriors are out here getting ran 11-2 right now. Tycoon, go ahead and how was your experience at the 415 day?
Well, first I was in the city for most of the day. Like I said, I was at studio session, and then I tried to slide down to. I didn't make the first one, and that's why I was saying because I tried to pull over there, but then I was looking at the time because I planned on going back right now, but there was I said the car had caught on fire and stuff on the freeway, so that had me stuck in traffic. But nah, I mean, I went through there for a second.
Hold on, we didn't see each other, did we?
Somebody crashed or something? Why the fire started?
Nah, yeah, no, I didn't see you because I didn't get out the car. I drove past. I drove
Oh,
past
okay.
it though.
I swear to God,
Yeah,
I see somebody that kind of looked like you, but now that I think about it, like he was drunk as hell. And plus, if he would have seen the Booster Tate hoodie that I had on, he'd have been like, "Oh, yeah, off the back it was you."
right. Yeah, no, period. I'm not one of them. That's why I was trying to get back out there, like I said, because I wanted to get some footage and stuff as well. But no, I was like I said, by 2:00 because I had to go pick somebody up. So I was sitting there trying to get back across the bridge so I could turn right back around and come back.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
a trailer and it was a trailer and a Porsche SUV or some shit. They might show it on the news. They had the whole bridge stopped for about 40 minutes.
So what? It was on a bridge.
On the bridge?
Yeah.
Eastbound or westbound?
Nah, eastbound, right when you get on the bridge. It literally took me 40 minutes just to get on from the entrance. But
Okay.
no, that's why I was trying to figure out which one he went to because I know they had
I'm gonna
one.
eat. I'm gonna hop on later.
I went
Huh?
I went to the one on the midway on Marin Street over like basically one part of it is kind of off of Cesar Chavez that used to be Army.
Yeah. No, I drove past it.
You drove
I
past
drove
it?
past it. That's what I said. That's the one where then Stutterman and all them perform.
See, the thing is, like, I don't. They probably performed last year. I don't know if they performed this year because, like, I was there, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. For some damn reason, like, the Booster Take show, it was just knocking in the back of my head, like, and it was like, yeah, you got limited time to be here because you got a podcast to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it was lit, but at the same time, I don't know. The Booster Take show just kept on playing in the back of my head, and yeah, I knew I had to be here.
No, I feel it because that's what I was telling him at first. I was like, well, should we do it? Should we do the show? Because I didn't want to go live from out there and you couldn't hear nothing.
And that was, see, if I wasn't in the, because when I got up, I was gonna bust a move, but I had helped. We had put some groceries in and shit, nigga, and I lifted that water, nigga. That shit, nigga, I damn near had to drop that motherfucker. That shit felt, nigga, I ain't. That shit said, nigga, you ain't ready.
You're supposed to be on your way to urgent care right now.
Yeah.
That discharge paper is gonna be worth an extra $5,000. I'm telling you.
I'll get up in the morning and go because I also gotta go to the eye doctor tomorrow too. So you got me.
Yep, all of that. Your vision blurry, your neck hurt. I'm dead serious. I just talked to the adjuster the other day. Her whole conversation was different. I sent over that paperwork. I was like, yeah, my neck still hurt. It's been 2-3 weeks. She's like, well, I guess we're gonna put it as an open-ended payment. So if you go back to for any other visits, just send over the receipts.
Yeah, because the little email I got from the insurance adjuster, the motherfucker gonna say, if we pay for everything, we're still under investigation. So if you already went and turned your car in and it's sitting, we're only gonna pay a portion of it or something. I'm like, these motherfuckers crazy. This nigga rammed me from the back.
No, Diddy.
You talking to his insurance or yours?
I ain't talked to mine. Should I call mine?
Both of them. Yeah, let them know.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe I thought about this right now, or I've been thinking about this, but like sometimes with California, it's such a liberal state to where they always want to give the benefit of the doubt, even to the most scumbag ever. They want to give the benefit of the doubt. Okay, why is he a scumbag? Why is he a piece of shit? Why is he doing? Let's examine that before we throw his ass in jail.
Nah, I ain't never got that, man. They need to.
Yeah,
I got doubt, so they need to give me some benefits.
I don't get. I haven't had the benefit of
when I'm saying
doubt.
scumbag, I'm talking about a real scumbag. Somebody that
It probably
goes out
what
their
their
way
skin
to
complexion is,
harm
but the complexion of my skin doesn't give me the benefit of doubt.
So since saying that, why should everybody else get benefits of doubts?
Because that's how they made it, and as long as we as Negroes decide to kill each other and stay funking with each other instead of letting this stupid shit slide and build some shit together and utilize our intelligence and our know-how, because if we have created damn near everything that is what's going on, that means if we was to work together, how bad them motherfuckers they'll be in trouble because everybody want to be us. They want to dress like us, talk like us, act like us, do everything, but they don't want us to have nothing.
Well, I could touch the graphics of black people. You know what I'm saying? One thing I can say is this: like the only thing when it comes to you know what I'm saying, anything closest to genocide in America, they always talk about black on black violence. But like, you gotta understand, people kill when they sleep. So white people killing each other. It's Mexican people. It's a lot of people that are killing each other, but they want to put the microscope. And I'm not saying that we should be excused for doing that. I feel like killing each other is good. We should do that. But at the same time, when you're being black, of course you're gonna have to deal with that microscope. You know what I mean?
So
So
that
and
means there's
like,
there's
when
no
you get this,
benefit of doubt. That means you done it and pay for you a lawyer so they could say you didn't do it. And if then, you know what I'm saying? Because other than that, if you use public pretender, you're gonna be on probation and possibly in a penitentiary situation. So you know what I mean? I tries not to use that. That's why I tells everybody, make sure you do your right decisions. Use the smart decision making ability before you put yourself in a situation you really don't want to be in. And that's where it comes upon like today's topic of, am I my best friend or my worst enemy? Warriors have got back into the game. They're down 3 points now, 14 to 11, 5:45 left in the first quarter. And
it's three
so
more quarters left to play. So
you know, so it's like, whenever something go wrong, we quick to blame whoever was in the car with us, why it happened, or whoever we went to go see, or if we was on the telephone as of a payphone back in the day with somebody, and you was doing illegal business or whatever, and you got caught up on that payphone while talking to somebody, you blame them instead of blaming yourself for not taking care of your illegal business thoroughly. And all I'm saying is there have ever been a time in either one of you guys' life that you considered yourself your best friend and then thought about it like, damn, I'm also my own damn enemy?
um, I think I've thought about myself like that. You know, because of the activities I was going out of my way to partake in, like you know, being drunk and even getting behind the wheel. I'll admit that. Like I've done that, and a lot of times it wasn't a good idea. A lot of times I had a female companion that was just as inebriated as I am in the car with me. That wasn't gonna tell me nothing good or tell me like you shouldn't do this. She was just with the movement, and that's neither here or there. But like I could own up to my end where I've had to pay for making bad decisions. So it's been time like the fact that I had to pay for making bad decisions and I could have avoided being in that situation without if I would have just thought otherwise and be like, no, I'm not doing this shit. Yeah. So yeah, there's been times where I kind of been my own enemy, and I ain't gonna put it on no level as like if it was the worst or the less worst enemy. If it's an enemy, it's an enemy, and it's times where I've been an enemy to myself, and I have had to pay for
Who wants to go next?
I've been there plenty of times, especially when you dealing with these raggedy ass niggas that you knew wasn't no good,
Don't
but
put
you.
it. I'm sorry. Don't put it on niggas. Like, hold yourself accountable.
I'm
Keep it
a
on yourself.
female, so I'm not gonna be putting it on no bitches.
I'm a
Man,
female, so I'm
man,
not
man.
gonna be
You
putting it on
always do
me.
that, man. Come on.
No, I'm just saying. When I've made my worst decisions, it was behind some nigga. And I'd be like, why did you do that? Like, you knew better. Why did you, why
He was
did
supposed to.
you,
I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. My
it's
bad.
like, so like I said, I've thought like that and I've said that before, like, but like I said, it's usually when dealing with somebody's son.
So, so I don't know why y'all always like to do that. Y'all always like to be like, "Oh, a nigga made me like this." A nigga like eventually,
Not that a
like
nigga
even
made me like
myself
this
as a
because
person, you don't have to grow up and be like, "Look, I'm not gonna let this person have that power over me to where I have to be like that." You feel me? At this point, I feel like you're gonna be like that because you want to.
no, I mean, like I said, being young and stupid, I put myself in some really dumb situations that I had no business being in, and that just part of growing up and maturing. But it's like it's not that just to putting it on no man, but I'm just saying like it's behind you get stupid sometimes when you think you're in love and it's the only person that's gonna ever make you feel like that and you do some stupid shit. So like I said, in times of my life, like I'm not gonna drink and drive. I'm not gonna do nothing stupid to get myself in like locked up, and I'm not gonna and I'm not gonna act stupid at my job or nothing like that. So but
But
when
your
it
but your kryptonite is dudes.
it's
Okay.
a nigga, somebody's son.
Somebody somebody's son makes you make poor decision
Makes
ability
me make
somehow.
poor decisions, exactly.
Uh, okay. So you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, hello, can y'all hear
Yeah.
me?
Yep.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think at first of all, and I ain't trying to just put anybody in a certain category, but we grown. When you reach a certain age, um, I think it's a part of reflection, um, whether or not you can even admit to yourself if you've been both. Um, I thought about it when I seen that you wanted to make this a topic, and yeah, I consider myself both. But when I tried to figure out, like, well, what would be a reason for that? I mean, you are who you are. You know what I mean? So we kind of got to accept who we are. Um, that doesn't mean that we don't have to change. I mean, we all have the ability to change. Um, but even a big part of that is accepting who you are and understanding who you are as a person. Like, if you like certain things, you like certain things. If you don't, you don't, Um, everybody's passionate about something. So, I mean, as far as, what people consider their weaknesses or different things, I mean, that's still a part of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, and like you said, at my age now, and just based off of experiences, I'm just learning to accept that it's a part of life. But yeah, sometimes do I look at it like, I get in the way of myself. Yes, but it's also a learning lesson. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't do it intentionally. Life has taught us to do it. There's been times where, I thought I was going with my gut feeling, you know what I mean? Going with my instincts, and I was wrong. I've judged people. There's been times I've judged people prematurely, or I've reacted prematurely to certain things, and patience, and like you said, just being optimistic. Those are things that we learn as we get older. So, to answer the question, yes, I've been through it. I've learned the hard way, So, but I'm also, grateful for going through that experience, because I think it's helping me become a better person. I don't really know what else to comment on that, because that's kind of where where I look at it now is like we all, one way or another, we all walking our own paths in life at different paces. You know what I mean? Like, I can't expect somebody to learn something right when I learned it, and so, yeah, I mean, I've been upset before, but I'm learning now, like, you can't be upset at somebody for being who they are or for being true to themselves, because that's all they know how to be. Like you said, as far as being your own best friend or worst enemy, yeah, I can very well say both, because at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, it starts with you.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to do. I'm gonna take my. With the Warriors is team because Jimmy Butler hit the maniac shot and got the foul at the same time.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, no, but that's it. Like I said, I've come to learn that, like I said, everybody being themselves, is what makes us who we are. So, as far as that, like I said, go ahead.
Update. Warriors up 10 points, 28-18, 1 minute, 58 seconds left in the first quarter.
I got more of an update for you, man. 31.
Y'all must have some money. Y'all must have some money on it.
Good.
I ain't got the money on it. I ain't got the money on it. Right, yeah. My people playing a little later.
Okay. I heard D Bands earlier saying something about Prize Picks. That's all. But they didn't
I'm
run.
on my Prize Picks. I need Steph Curry to get 28 points and Ja to get 26, and I'll win a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I just got me a 2-player bet going on today. I was gonna add some baseball players, but I didn't like the numbers they had for the baseball players, so I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone. And then I should have just picked my new guy for the Giants, my boy Jung Ho Lee. Jung Ho Lee, I be out there.
He out there, you know what I'm saying?
He's real. He looks real nice.
Hey, look, let me ask you this though, man, because I'm not much of a gambler. So Prize Pick work with all genres of sports.
Is what?
Does Prize Pick work with all genres of sports, or certain genres of sports? Like, how does that work?
But with the Prize Pick, you only getting players. You get players from all different sports. So like you could pick one basketball player, a baseball player, a hockey dude, somebody from soccer. You could put them all on your squad together on your bet ticket and go either yes or no, higher or lower. That's what it is. Is basically, do you think that this person is going to score more than 28 points? Let's say Steph Curry. You think Curry's going to get more than 28 points? Yes or no? Then You go and pick a baseball player. You go Young Ho Lee. You think he's going to get a total of 1.5 bases, more or less. And you either going to pick more or less. And then you pick you a Mbappe from soccer. You think he's going to take 5 shots on the goal. And you either pick more or less. And then you pick a golf dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Tiger Woods. Do you think he's going to 4 bogeys or less in these 18 holes? And you pick more, you know what I'm saying? You pick that, and then if you get 3 out of 4, if you play in the parlay, you get 1.5 times your money out of 3 out of 4. But if you go 4 for 4 on a parlay, you get 5 times your money. But if you go 4 for 4 on a straight hit, it's 10 to 15 times your money, depend on what kind of bet you making. Because then they got like long shots, which is demon bets. And that's like when that's a bet where the players are going off. So let's say, you know what I'm saying, you pick Curry going for 3-pointers, and they say they got 3 is his normal. And then they say they got like 6, that's a demon. So if Curry hits 6 3-pointers, you get a bonus and for the odds. So it makes it more. So, but compared to just going into the sports bet and picking Warriors versus Grizzlies, I want to pick with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing. You just picking a player. You just want the players to do what they do or don't do what they need to do so you can get some money. So, you know, it ain't shit but just it ain't nothing but another fucking lottery shit. That's all. It's just like picking numbers. You either going to hit or you don't.
Hey, can I bring something? Like, so I was telling one dude, like co-worker, you know, he spent way more than I do for sure. And I told him about the bet. I ain't gonna go do this. The bet that we made time in Vegas. He was like, man, it's not illegal. It's not legal. Like the way we bet. That's not legal.
As far as not like how they bet in Vegas, it's a lot of states not like that. That's why Vegas is popping so hard when it comes to sports bet. California didn't allow it. The motherfuckers voted against it. You know what I'm saying? Now,
not like that.
For sports betting, for like going into the casino and placing a bet. This online shit, like the Price Pick company, that shit is like in New Jersey or some shit. So
Atlantic City, New Jersey, they got gambling.
Yeah, that's like Vegas, right?
Whole state, but I know Atlantic City, New Jersey, that's a casino.
Yeah, you could. I think you can do sports betting in Jersey and shit. Cause I know them. Like, okay, see, like the other apps, they got some other apps, right? Now there's some apps that you can use in California that you can bet on the teams. I've messed with them before, but then there's
no damn app.
No, I know that, but now you know those are apps. They send you in the mail, tell you, come and mess with us, and we'll front you. You put up a couple hundred, we'll match you for your couple of hundred. So and you can play with our money first before you get to your money. But like there's certain apps, depend on what state you at, that you can only bet players, but it depends on what state you is, you be able to bet the game. You can't bet the players.
But in Las Vegas, you can bet the game and the players and the over and under and all that. You can
in Vegas you can do all that shit because that's the godfather of betting. You know what I'm saying? They been
and in
Because
Carson
that's
City.
the state of Nevada. The whole state of Nevada, you can, if there's a sports book, there, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's, there's a sports book.
Okay,
You know what I mean? You could go in there, just like at the borderline of Tahoe, you could bet on the games.
all right.
'Cause
All right. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a challenge, man. Like, okay, you see how Atlantic City, New Jersey, like they go gamble shit and all this shit, right? Do you think the whole state of New Jersey is like that, or just that one?
I mean, I think everything, whatever place that got the sports book, they all do it like how it is in Vegas. You got the odds, the over and the under. You got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because on the
So
gambling websites that do the sports betting on the websites, they got everything that's in Vegas. But some of them websites and them apps that do the game, they give you a little better odds than Vegas. So it's easier for you to win.
So who gonna help me set up mine? Cause I was wondering how that worked. But no, for real. Cause I've been looking. I mean,
Hey, man,
Prize
I mean,
Picks,
if I
Draft
could
Picks.
shoot you the link to
so
Prize Picks, I could shoot you a link to Prize Picks that'll give you like a 20. You deposit $20 and it'll give you like 25 or $20. And
Okay.
then it's like us, and then you go through there and you can figure out like what players you like or just what you think. Me, how I do it, I try to go for the, like when it's the baseball, I look for the I go to total bases. You know what I'm saying? And I look for the lowest amount of total bases by a star player. You know what I'm saying? The Aaron Judges, the Shohei Ohtani's. Huh?
I'm gonna give y'all a quick little update. I'm taking my emotions, the
Boy,
Warriors.
you like a kung fu movie right now.
The Warriors are up 27.
Hey, but you on some real shit. You like the old school kung fu flicks on Channel 26. You know what I'm saying, in the city back in the day, because you
Hey man,
got some words coming out.
Wasn't that David Carradine?
I actually like Sesame Street more than I like it back in the day in the 80s. I didn't like to come to the 90s. So get it right.
Wasn't that David Carradine that was playing on Kung Fu? I know what you're talking about.
I knew you was gonna say something. I knew you was gonna say something. I knew you was gonna say something.
But nah, for real, man, I'm trying to get in on some of that money, man. I've been hearing people talk about DraftKings and Prize Picks, and
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
I like
and
money.
It's hard. It look easy, but you know it's hard. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a couple years. I done made some money. I done lost some money.
But you done made more than you lost.
Nah, I don't know.
That ain't the right answer, man.
Hey, it be like this, you know. It's some. I done had days when I done won 300. I done had days when I done lost $20 and $30. You feel me? So you know.
I like them odds. I'm just saying.
The Super Bowl I hit for like $400 and something dollars. You know what I'm saying? Off of $60.
Hey, Warren, can Foreman know how that just real quick for a second?
What?
I wanna holler at Tycoon Warren, but for a quick second, man.
What's up?
Just a quick second, man. Sometimes people just did things and it work out for them. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like, I'm saying like less than sometimes do that. Maybe this might be a conundrum or whatever. Why you do that? You failed. I knew it was going to fail. And a lot of times when people go into business, the first time they fail too, like when it's just a pilot and then he failed, especially you didn't do nothing to help him like avoid that failure. Like I don't know, like basically I ask like, you know, now there's another why is black people black people?
Yeah,
I didn't hear the last part. Just break it up.
yeah. You have a technical difficulty on your part, Cree. Is you having? I don't know what's going on over there.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Why is black basically the question I was asking is why is black people always on black people? I don't give a fuck if you got a mansion, or I don't give a fuck if you selling food out of a bag or whatever. My thing is you're hustling or you're grinding to get better. Why are black people just so hard on black people? And I'm not talking like, you know, I'm not excusing fucking, I'm not excusing bad behavior. I'm not excusing you can't know. I'm not excusing you scamming your people, especially on people talking about like black people so hard.
Yeah.
On black people. And that's the conundrum for me.
So you asking me why? Why do I think people are like that?
I'm asking everybody though, but like you can answer. Like I'm asking everybody.
Yeah. No, I was just making sure I heard the question because you're breaking up. But
I hate that.
yeah, yeah, no, I mean, to me, I mean, it's a matter like it's perception, man. I mean, we really, even like what we're talking about, like what you're saying, sometimes just from what I've learned too, it starts to seem like, you know, people have their own reasons for doing things. Some people use it as a defense mechanism to deflect from what they got going on. You know what I mean? Some people do it because they lack confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I can be honest with you. That's what I was going to say when we was talking about the whole Prize Picks and DraftKings. You feel me? I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. So but it interests me. I mean, like I said, you know, I'm about some money, but like what you're saying, like with me, a lot of times I've won some money here and there, you know, gambling. I've lost money too, but I'm not a gambler. So typically, like, you know, growing up, of course, you know, hey, the dice games is dangerous. So, you know, I know how to shoot dice, you feel me? But I kind of stayed away from it. Casinos, you know, I might go hit the slots or whatever, but again, I'm not getting on no tables. You know what I mean? But and like you said, even from like sports betting, I understand the concept of it. Huh?
So you never gambled before? I know you have. Like
No, I have, but like you said, like little stuff, you know what I mean? And that's what, like, to go back to answer your question, like me, I'm one of those people, I tell the truth, I'm scared to lose money. So, you know, I'm quick. No, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm one of them people that, like, when I was growing up and back in the day, when I would go to casinos and shit with people, because they would get mad, because as soon as I see somebody winning, I'm hitting the cash out button on the machine. Like, nah, that's enough. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't want him to fuck off his winning.
Right. So, you know, I understand that it's a system to it, you know what I mean? But you got to be really on point to learn the system, whether it's counting cards.
The thing is, bro, a serial gambler, you're his worst enemy.
Right.
You're his worst enemy. Gambling is a drug. Gambling is a drugs like cocaine. Gambling is a drug like crack. It's a drug, bro. It's a drug. It's a drug.
Now, I've been more lately betting on, like when I go to the real casinos. Every time I go lately, I've been putting in a bet on a game, mainly football, because I normally be in Vegas before the football season, so I'll bet a couple of teams win losses.
Right. But see,
I'll
you
look at
can follow
the
that more
Garbage's
though.
team, huh?
I said, but at the same time, I feel with sports, because you guys follow the players, you know what I'm saying? Follow the teams. I figured that gives like a little bit more of an insight. You know what I mean? Those other things, like he talking about, like we said, like hitting the casino, it's strictly by chance a lot of the times when you're on machines. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Man, the machines are cold beast. I
Right.
done won on it before, but not, you know what I'm saying? And then I did like me and Creep at the championship weekend. We hit
Yeah.
on a four leg parlay together. You know what I'm saying? Turned
Oh yeah,
turned
no, I remember
$100
seeing the post.
you know what I'm saying, turned $100 into something more, mate. You know what I'm saying? It was a good experience, you know.
Right.
But it's been times
Hey, you
like
know what? Hey, you know one thing on my end, like I don't know, like I'm not being an asshole for this. Like, man, I wish I would put like a ban on that bitch.
Hey, I wish I did too, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't. We didn't. You know, I wish I would have put everything that was in my pocket down because I won.
And the thing is, I remember you woke me up. You was like, "Hey, quick, like we got this much." You was like, "We got this much time left to play some bet or whatever on the game or whatever." And then we ate a little bit. We went to a bar and then we went back to our room to watch the game to see what the fuck was going on. And that's when we were tired of that shit. Really?
Yeah. Sat at the road, smoked some good tree, chopped it up, had the drinks. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was good.
But
You know.
but I feel that that's more. That's to me. That's more. I mean, that to me, I think that works more in your favor as far as sports betting. I think the odds are more in your favor in sports betting. It just seems like it to me.
To bet on games versus like bet on the slot machines and shit like that. That's what you're saying?
Well, no, I mean, or just going to casino, period. Not necessarily machines, but yeah, you know, going to playing, you know, like you said, shooting craps at a casino, you know, dice at a casino, cards, anything.
Now, I've been to the casino, two of the Indian casinos, Lex and Bossy went hella years ago up in there, and I lost like $50 and I didn't play no more.
See,
I'm not willing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I know it take money to make money, so you gotta be willing to spend a little bit more. And at that time, I wasn't willing to spend more. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
fall back. It's like you gotta be like, "Hey, fuck with no more."
That's how I am. That's why I'm saying, like, the minute I get to, you know, I work hard for my money, man. Work hard for the money.
Shit, y'all niggas don't work hard for your money more than I do. Now what?
Oh, man. Hey, I work hard for my money.
I'm not so
and you
quick to give it
better
up.
treat me
Hey,
right.
I know you niggas gonna be like, "Nigga, hold on, nigga,
Hey, I work
nigga,
hard
I'll be
for that
putting out
money.
hits."
You know that theme song, that theme song be playing in the back.
nigga,
I gotta remember that we on the I can't talk about how I get it.
you niggas will catch me drunk. That's what I'm fucking saying. Even
Hey
if you catch
man,
me,
it's hard out here, man. This life, this world is a non-forgiving, evil taking world. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes where at times you try not to put yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in, but you know what I'm saying, sometimes for the money, sometimes for the thought that you are going to put yourself in a better situation, you take a little danger.
Right.
You
I've
know.
done that before, and I've, like you said, the times that I felt like it, like I'm gonna take the chance, it didn't really work out for me. The few times I won, I wasn't planning on it. It just happened, you know. But
Yeah.
every time I go,
I was trying my best not to laugh, man. Like every time you say something entertaining,
Sometimes
yeah,
people
but I
gotta
mean,
see when you young. I wish my little knucklehead would have still been on the line right now. When you
you
young, you
trying to
think
get
everything gotta come right now.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That you ain't realizing if it come right now, it's gonna be gone tomorrow.
sometimes it has to come at the right time. It's supposed to come for that person.
Now,
Just because it
you
came
know,
yesterday
everybody who ends up with $1 million
come
doesn't always keep that $1 million. If us four that's on here all got $1 million, there's no telling
Well, it's going
who will
up.
turn that million into more or who will turn that million into less, and who will end up with it, who will spend that million quickly, or who will turn that million into more than 1 million, into 2 million.
It depends on greed and logic. Greed and logic. If you ask me, greed and logic.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your lifestyle and how you living, man. Like I said, I'm not here for none of that. Just shit. If I get, I'm definitely trying to invest, and whether it's in a, either in family or in business, especially nowadays the way stuff's going on. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but like how this whole like the manufacturing industry and stuff too, like that look like it's finna take a turn. You know, you didn't see they've been exposing, like I guess all on TikTok and stuff, a lot of the Chinese manufacturers, or China basically, they've decided to expose a lot of stuff. Like everybody basically saying that Trump is trying to make it, this tariff thing, like he's doing America a favor, when all of the stuff that we buy, high end stuff, whether it's from here or it's from the UK, is all being made in China. You know what I'm saying? And the tariffs is actually their price, and it's not China's price. So
it's a cold. See what it is. It's a lot of shit tied into it, because when you playing the financial game, see that man Donald Trump, now alone, he's not really the most successful of a businessman, because a lot of his money came from his family, came from his father, who was a successful tyrant businessman. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but Elon is though, and his daddy.
Yeah, but so this is all plotted out. But what I'm saying is about Trump, you gotta understand certain shit. They doing a lot of shit to tank a lot of things. So like the stock market, how the stock market crash it, and then they could throw in their money and put in a couple of more options to make it bounce back up. If they double their money up, triple their money back real quick in a, you know what I'm saying, in a couple of hours. hours because they made the market go perform well from the loss.
Right.
Because once it go down, it got to turn back up. And then when you on that level, you could put money on the down because you could bet the market going down. You could do the stocks like that. It ain't always about your stock rising. You could put money into a company crumbling.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it and trying to figure out, stuff is going to eventually balance out. But like you said, yeah, it's also, being able to have, some playroom or knowing where to put the money at right now. So that's why I was trying to say I'd definitely be trying to invest. I don't, everything I want, I kind of already got.
Yeah.
Except for
I just would like to grab a little bit of property. You know what I'm saying? Have a couple of things to rent out. You know what I'm saying? Be able to rent out a couple
maybe a couple nights at that.
You know what another problem is with a lot of our people? We think a car means something.
So look, let me ask you a question. Since you was just and it has to do with what you just said about cars too, because about people perception, right? Now, I don't know if y'all seen it, but they did announce that the hotel is gonna be available. I think the one on Mars or whatever.
The who?
In the next 2 years, it's the hotel, the spaceship hotel, like the space station. Okay. It's supposed to have 400 rooms, and it's I guess it's gonna be open. I thought it was 2027. It's supposed to be.
John Morant's a bad motherfucker, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it was a hotel that they mentioned. Here, let me see if I can find it.
A space hotel. Where's my device at? A space hotel. Lex, you know anything about that? This Lexington disappeared somewhere. Space hotel.
Yeah.
Space Hotel 2027. The world's first space hotel, Voyager Station, is planned to open in 2027. This luxury hotel is low Earth orbit, operated by Orbital Assembly Corp. Okay, AOC. I need to check them out. Need to drop some money on them. It's designed to accommodate to 400 guests. Okay.
Yeah.
It will feature rotating modules to create artificial gravity and amenities like a bar, cinema, and spa, and offers experience like fine dining and spacewalks. Construction launched. It started this year, so they just started this year.
So would you start putting your money towards that kind of stuff, or would you still invest some stuff here? Because like earlier today, wasn't it the other spaceship launch where Katy Perry and it was on there?
That was yesterday.
Or yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday,
but you feel me, like
the first six women, all girls.
Right,
all girl band.
Katy Perry's supposed to come to Chase Center come soon too. I've seen that as well.
Yeah, we gotta get. We need to get some credentials so we can start being at these things for the purpose of the show, and without having to spend money unnecessarily. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta figure that shit out. Oh my God!
We just gotta make contacts.
This dude, John Morant, is a bad dude, boy. This fool just they called a foul on the other cat, but Jimmy Butler was going up for a dunk. Ja just jumped in the air and snatched the ball out his hands. but it was a foul on the other team. Butler at the line. Warriors up by 8 points, 51-59, 3-11. Oh, Butler
That's your
just missed the
politics,
free
not mine. That's your politics, not mine.
whatever. But what I do know, this space station, if man, they doing all that, it will be some good investment because for the fact that the first people that's going to be able to get there is only going to be the rich.
Right.
And
That's
it's
why I
only
was.
had,
That's
like
why I
they
was
said,
trying to ask.
400
That's what I was.
rooms. So I'm figuring limited availability, high dollar. So it's only going to be the who's going to be there. The people that the normal folks worship.
That's why I'm saying when you was talking about $1 million, I'm like, shit, they probably want at least $1 million a night to go up there.
Man, somewhere around there, you know. I was gonna say about 500,000, an easy 500 to 750.
Nah, not yet. Hell nah. For the first ones, they need all that though. You know, they charging. I mean, look at just like what Trump did with the basically the U.S. citizenship, where you pay $5 million and you get a gold card. Like you, and they done sold a bunch of them already. Y'all know that, right?
The gold card.
The card that Trump was talking about for foreigners that want to get citizenship and be able, yeah, it was like $5 million.
See, and look how he playing that to see who got the money. How did you come up with that kind of issue?
And he sold, but I think they said like 200 of them at least got sold already. 200 times $5 million.
I'm
You feel me?
surprised America hasn't realized Donald Trump is a businessman.
Say what? Say what?
Surprised they haven't realized.
Damn. I don't know. Every time you speak creep, it's like a fucking a wind tunnel going through.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Bear with me for a second.
You got like a wind tunnel or something behind you. You got turn your fan off and you got the AC blowing hard as fuck or something.
But
Okay.
but all these other
First of all, I don't have AC.
I heard that. Yeah, we didn't need that growing up, not out there. But nah, in a couple countries though, like you were saying, they are starting to step up their stuff where now you have to pay a visa fee. You got to fill out other stuff to go to their countries now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot back and forth going on. So it's like Trump. I mean, I don't think he's necessarily doing that wrong, but I guess people looking at it because they look like he's going kind of extreme with it, but he trying to make up for lost money. Lost time.
The whole thing is, to be honest, the USA is broke. America
We
is
still
broke.
number we no listen. We're still considered the number 2. So we still the top 2.
That's called broke for America. That's broke. America is not supposed to be number 2. We are supposed to be number 1. You know what I'm saying? We could be number 2 or number 16 in education. But when it comes to finances and war, we're supposed to be number 1.
Okay, well, hold on. So let me ask you this, because that's part of the reason why we in the situation, in my opinion, is because
we didn't
money
worry
got
about
spent.
education.
No. I'm just saying we was like you said, like the war shit, right? Like, okay, you know, we grew up the same way. You feel me? Like, you know, it's about positioning and different stuff. You know how everybody says chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? So people thought that they was playing Monopoly, which they were, but you got to it's a thin line between playing Monopoly and Battleship. You get what I'm saying? Like, they started worrying more about positioning, or like you said, in regards to war or doing these favors, we're not, like you said, really focusing on the economic part, the financing. You know what I mean? You worried about being the tough guy. Oh, we got the biggest guns. But while you doing that, is everybody else is over there trying to figure out, okay, how they go. Everybody know, like you said, money and economy is what's gonna rule. You feel me? The money currency is what's gonna rule. Import export. You know what I mean? So those other countries start focusing on that shit more. Technology. You know what I mean? We got a little too cocky, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Little too comfortable. Figure, okay, they're our allies, so whatever they got going on, they got to share with us. That don't mean they're gonna share everything.
Hey, come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Just like the AI shit, the robot shit. You see all the stuff. Did y'all see the motorcycle robot? Well, it looked like a damn horse. God damn near. The Kawasaki is putting out.
No, I ain't seen that one.
Man, look that shit up right now. The shit look like something out of one of those fucking movies because it got legs. It don't have wheels. No, I'm dead serious. It's like a robot animal that you can ride up a mountain. They showing it.
Oh.
You understand? I can't hear you.
The Kawasaki robot horse. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just, if you look it up, just look up Kawasaki.
Oh, come on.
It was a wild glimpse of the future. One where
It's
you
a motorcycle.
ride a robotic beast through nature like it is a scene straight out of a science fiction film.
Yeah, that's it. We can't hear you, Creek. You got to speak.
Hold on. This is courtesy of YouTube. It's public domain, so they can't sue.
Think of it as a robotic alter, but instead of wheels, it walks, runs, and leaps on legs. Unveiled for the upcoming 2025 Osaka Expo, Corleo is not
Nigga, that's a motorcycle.
It is a concept for the year 2050 that explores how personal transportation might evolve in the coming decades. The idea is to replace conventional vehicle designs with machines that interact more naturally with humans and landscapes. Kawasaki has fitted Corleo with some impressive features: independent legs, hydrogen engine
See,
power.
this straight out the Cowboys and Aliens movie.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. When I seen that shit, I seen it. I'm like, oh my God. And it's a real thing. Like, come on, bro. They haven't announced the price yet. How much they gonna cost?
It's gonna be hefty.
What, like 100 bands?
It's gonna be somewhere about 70, 80.
80, you think?
It's gonna be starting out up there, and then in 5 years, the used model with the broke down horse. Oh man,
I don't want the used model. He said the used model, the broke down horse.
The used model, the bucket, you dude.
I wish a nigga would come from the auction with one of them. Hey, he gotta fix his. Is your button muted? We can't hear you.
What's going on with Creep? His sound is bad right now.
I can't hear him at all.
Nah, you can Creep. Your audio, hit your mute button or something, bro. I can't even do nothing on my side for you. So I've been messing with your sound and everything, and it ain't nothing on my side I could do. That's all on you, Creep. It's on your side. You got to figure that out. You got to become a technician right now. You becoming an engineer. Now you got to put that on your resume. Podcast engineer.
I know. I like the
Yeah.
hat game though. He just switched like 3-4 hats.
You noticed
already.
that, huh? You seen that, huh?
Yeah. I might have to add that to my repertoire next time. I got to switch it up. I mean, I was trying to. I put the profile pic. My avatar. I don't know if y'all see. I put the action figure up there. You feel me? Because I was, trying to promote. We got new things in the works. I actually met somebody that make action figures after we talked over the weekend. So
You see how the essence that is. You see how you see how Earth works.
yeah. So I'm talking to dude. I'm for real. I got his. I can show it to y'all real quick. Hold on, let me see. But yeah, it's a DJ. He makes some this shit. So I'm tapped in with him, and I'm trying to get my own action figures made right now. You feel me? Let me see. Hold on. Let me turn this camera on real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me well here I can just show y'all. This is him.
Okay.
And it's DJ Luke Nukem. You feel me?
Luke Nukem. Okay. I like the name.
Yeah, but as you see, it got the turntables. He made all this shit by hand, bro.
With the little G.I. Joe figure. So he make the
No, but it's actually him. It's his
that's
face.
what I'm saying. He making G.I. Joe figures. So okay.
Yeah. Look, hold on. Like he made like 12 different ones, you feel me, of himself.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell
Yeah. Right.
And
so
he jugging them too, huh? He's selling them, huh?
Man, I bought one. That's what I'm saying. So
okay.
I tapped in with him, and he already told me what the deal was and all of that. So I think I'm actually finna. Come on, man.
I met
him at the show on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah. For real. What's up?
I seen when I was like this, that's what I'm saying, man. This motherfucker hit me, man. This motherfucker got me in pain, and I'm dealing with it. But I'm going back to the hospital. Best believe that, because I'm not sure. I don't want to call my insurance because they're gonna try to raise my rates up some more.
Yeah, man. I'm saying we can do well. Y'all know it's a spot actually in SAC where I was gonna go up there. Cause like everybody do the 3D printing and stuff. But I found online it's a spot out there where they can make figurines of you as well. Like you go in there, like if we was to go in there like all of us, if we went together, for example, and was to take a group photo. You understand what I'm saying? And then they'll turn that photo into figurines. But it's in Sacramento. They kind of expensive though. But I mean, depending
I think one place is like $300 a person or something.
Yeah. I know is one spot we might be talking about the same spot. I'm not sure, but the spot I'm talking about is in Sac. You feel me?
I don't know where the spot is. I was just looking when we spoke about it last week when I said I had looked online before, was inquiring about different shit. Like, okay, once I get this shit popping, once the podcast popping and motherfuckers want to start buying shit, I want to have, already have artillery.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying it. And that's why, like you said, when I read into him, I was like, okay, it was, like you said, it was meant to happen. You feel me? Because it was like, niggas can get on.
Because
he
it
told me
happened for a reason.
Everything. What? What'd you say?
Well, let me.
So, if I had $1 million, I'd invest in that right now. I'd start making kids' toys. Because, honestly, that's one of the biggest imports coming from China. Y'all know that, right?
Everything on there made in China, made in Taiwan, made, you know what I'm saying, made in Japan. You know what I'm saying? And now, how motherfuckers think these video games really about to be costing? They already charging. So how much motherfuckers think these games gonna cost even more?
Oh yeah, no. They put the release of the new Nintendo Switch, they put it on hold because of the tariffs. So it's not gonna be available in America, in the US at the same time it's available everywhere else. The new Nintendo Switch, they put that on hold.
Bad. That's bad. But all they see, they do all this shit. If you notice lately, since once they start to do the new releases for the video games, it's some kind of import problem.
But see, at the same time, like we talking about, that's what I'm saying, as far as just what to invest money in. You know, it's niggas that go to school out here. It's people around us. I have met people that program video games. You know what I'm saying? Do different shit like that. Like, man, we gotta, you know, like you said, we just gotta really get to networking amongst, you know, ourselves like we be doing, but really, like you said, on investing. I mean, of course, as a businessman, I understand it because I outsource too. It's a lot of stuff I order that come from overseas when it comes to printing and stuff. You know what I mean? But if it was available right here, the same quality, I would do it here. You know what I mean? So we gotta, and at one point it was here. So, you know, like
that vinyl and shit, you know, because when I was making the shirts, I was getting the vinyl from a different country for a nice little cheaper price, and it's still.
Man, listen, I'm still doing it now, but like you said, you gotta take into consideration. I mean, of course, that's why. I mean, business is business. So when prices change, they change. It's nothing on our level. It's not really much we could do about that. Because even like you said, if we could continue, because I'm looking at that right now, we're ordering some stuff, you know, for my clothing line, and it's like, if I was to do that, you know, I am going to be paying a difference in price. So from what I would have been paying a few months ago, you know, so it's like I have to figure out how do I factor it in. And then in certain cases, like right now, I'm doing a spring break sale, you know what I'm saying, on Revenue Clothing, you know what I mean? And sometimes to move the product, you know, we not, you know, in some cases take a loss, but in other cases, you know, we're not taking a loss, but we're not making as much of a profit. You know what I mean? But that's what, like I said, you got to be ready to weather the storm, you know?
Yeah, shit, you know, it's a balancing act with all of it when it's your own company, when you have to, you know, it's good days, it's bad days, but you constantly want to try to at least get in the black, don't be too far in the red, because if you're too far in the red, then we just fucking up.
Listen, my middle name should be Frugal, okay? I don't give a fuck, groceries, whatever, man. I need.
Hey, man, that's the reason why I start making my own shirts, because when I went to try to outsource for some motherfuckers was giving me numbers, and I'm like, what?
Come on, man.
Like I said, I could go buy this and buy that, and sit on this, and I'll learn how to make this shit. I know the first ones will be ugly, but I'll be good after a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but some of these people, they kind of disrespectful, and it's like, look, I'm trying to offer you a certain, you want to be at, nah, I'm cool, and then when you look at it, like the numbers ain't even, y'all hella foul. Y'all trying to make top dollar off every item. But you know, I understand people's return of investment and all that shit. But at the same time, when you know somebody's trying to do business with you, it's better to give them a better number, because it might not seem like it's a lot at that time, but they could bring you some more clientele.
Right.
and you could charge that other clientele with the higher number because but I always think it's just like I look at everything as like as of selling marijuana. Just because you got it for a high price and you selling everything for the high price, you might make a lot of money, but it take you longer. If you sell it for a cheaper price, you get it all faster and get more. If both stores got Sprites, and this store Sprite is 50 cents, and that store Sprite is $1, I'm gonna go to the store and got the 50-cent Sprite.
Right. I make a point, and hold on. Not only do I do that, I'm gonna go grab as many as I can, so I ain't gotta
Come
go.
on now, come on. I got it. I'm gonna get the bulk.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about y'all, man, and I don't really, but that's I guess. Well, yeah. What grocery stores y'all go to? Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
On some real shit, I'd rather travel out and go to Winco.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because what's this? Let's say these Pack and Saves, Food Maxes and shit. They charge you top dollar for the low level grocery.
Right.
And then now with the thing of TikTok, I'll be watching people that claim they work at these grocery stores.
Right.
And the shit that they be showing, man, make a nigga question everything. Like how they be talking about, you see the fruit is cut up. They be like, because it was once on the shelf a regular cantaloupe, but then it started getting the mold on it. So they cut the piece of mold off on the outside, cut it open, cut the cantaloupe pieces up, then put the plastic over it, put a price on it. Leave it on the shelf for a couple of days, grab it off the shelf, take out the pieces that's molding, re-wrap it, put it back on the shelf. Take the raw chicken that is out there, the 5-6 pack. If it's been out there too long, they take it, season it down, break it into chicken pieces or seasoned chicken, wrap it up, put a sticker on it.
Yeah. I mean, well,
it's cold, man. It's cold.
I look at it like this. That's what I was gonna say. I've worked in I've worked at a convenience store, you know what I'm saying? I worked at 7-Eleven for 2 years, and I worked at another chain store for almost 3 years out of state. I also know people that have worked for grocery stores. And it's just like anything else. Because, I mean, some of those stores, like you were naming, they owned by the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, out here in Cali, like, we got Food Co., you know what I'm saying? Food Max, Safeway, Pack and Save, Lucky's, Albertsons, different stuff. But when you break it really all down, like, okay, Foods Co., excuse me. Foods Co. is owned by the Kroger company, which Kroger also owns, like when you're in Oregon, Fred Meyer's, which is a big chain. And it's kind of like a Target, you know what I'm saying? Because they sell jewelry, other stuff, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just, groceries. They sell clothes and shit too.
Only time I ever heard of Fred Meyer's was through Mac Dre.
I know, but I'm trying to, and that's why I'm telling you, but I stayed in Oregon. That's why I'm telling you, I just shopped at Fred Meyer's. You understand? Right. So yeah, out through there, that's a regular store. Like you see those in every other city. Just like you were saying, Winco. because I was having a conversation about Winko before I jumped on the show tonight, and because I was living in Sacramento, that was my first introduction to Winko. And, you know, this is back in, you know, '06, '07, shit like that, where I was running around out there.
I found out about them, and when I moved to Stockton in like 13.
But yeah, but hold on. That's what I was about to get at. We were talking about it. Me and my girl was talking about it because basically there's no Winkos in the Bay Area. I think the closest one she said is like either Pittsburgh or somewhere out there.
Yeah, Concord, Pittsburgh. We be going out there. We go out there, bro.
Well, I've never been. No, that's what I was about to say. I've never been to that one, but I've been to a bunch of them in Sacramento and in Oregon, like Winko's. You know what I'm saying? Winko Foods. So I know that that's a big chain in certain areas. You feel me? And she did say that there's one in Vacaville, so I might actually go through that one and see what that do. But still, to me, like you said, you know, that's kind of far. You know what I'm saying? But because if I go that far, I might as well go all the way to Sac. That's how I looked at it. But yeah, you'll be surprised. And like you said, it's all business. I mean, because even when you look at some of those stores, you know, just like with anything else, any other brand, you know, there's the high end brand and then there's the subsidiaries. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you go pay top dollar at Safeway, and then you go to Pack and Save and you get the discount, not knowing that it's the same company.
Crazy.
Yeah. You go to Fred Meyer's and pay one price for I'm saying even some groceries. You feel me? You go pay one price for a steak in there, then you turn around and you go to Foods Co. and get a steak in there, and I know it's the same company. So and I remember seeing a clip on Facebook. It was one of those reels, and what's the old boy name? Is it Damien? I don't remember his name. The one from Fubu that's on Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah.
But he was breaking I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, I apologize. But he was breaking something down about
Damon John, I think that's okay.
But he was at a conference and he was explaining to people how, like, you know, yeah, for example, Safeway, Costco, any of them, you know what I mean? But you'll go in there and you go in the grocery section and they got like chicken on sale, right? So, you know, they got it to where you could buy a whole chicken, you know, a raw whole chicken for say $8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they all got expiration dates on them. So the closer they get to the expiration dates,
the cheaper it gets.
They take those same chickens and then they'll cook them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, when you go to the hot section and they got the chickens on sale, $5
on the rotisserie.
Right. So they went from $8 to $5, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can even break that down even more when you talk about spots like Foods Co. or Safeway or any of them, where you get an 8-piece of chicken like $5 Fridays and shit. You know what I'm saying? You get, you know what I mean? You get 8 pieces of chicken for $5 fried or baked or however they make it, right? But what they doing, like I said, they taking the same product and they just remixing it on you. You feel me? You know?
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And, you know,
no, wait. Because hold on. Cause that same whole chicken at Costco, right? Like I said, it started off as $8 getting it raw. You get it $5 cooked, right? Then when you turn around and you look at, they make salad, they make, you know what I'm saying, pasta, different shit. They'll remix it again on you. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because every time you cook something, you know, as far as shelf life or, you know, refrigerator life, it got a certain amount of life. You get what I'm saying? even like Foods Co. Like you said, you go in there, Food Co. in the town. Shout out to Foothill. What's that? Foothill Square. You feel me? In Deep East Oakland. You feel me? That's the first one I ever seen. But well, I like Mexican food for the record. But you go in there, you get it. You can have it your way. They got Spanish rice, refried beans, avocado, shredded chicken. It's all ready to go. You feel me? So it's like they don't play no games. Ain't nothing getting wasted. You understand? You gonna pay for every single thing every step of the way. And even then, because you know how when stuff get closer to the due date, or the Best Buy date, then they put it on discount. You feel me? So they're not just gonna throw it away. They're gonna try to get every dollar they can get. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
they got to.
I learned that too though at the what's the name, man? When I was working in the cannabis industry, man. I ain't gonna disclose the company because all companies do it, but they don't waste nothing.
Man, I've been when I first started off working and shit, I used to work in the food industry, and being in the kitchen, you learn a hell of a lot, man. You learn a hell of a lot. So that's why it just be like, if people knew what's really going on behind doors and who is the people that's actually making their food, they wouldn't even visit some of the places.
Don't say that because I'm like that when I go places. I literally, and sometimes people think I'm tripping, but the more they, if they're around me, like I can say this because she's sitting there, and like, yeah, in the beginning, man, like, you feel me? Like, how people think you tripping, like, oh, you overthinking it. No, I'm not. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, just knowing, I do have food handlers permit. I've worked a few places, but
I remember working at places before you had to get food handlers permits and all that shit.
Right. Even with some of that, like you said, yeah, it's just it comes down to cleanliness, hygiene, everything.
I done been worked at so-called high-end places where we fight roaches every morning and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it ain't been one restaurant I worked at that didn't have roaches.
Yeah. No, I'm cool. I ought to quit the first day. What about you? Lex on there still?
Oh no, I think something happened. She had technical difficulty, but her image is there. I don't know. But shit, man, it's been an interesting day. I don't know what happened when I did with my Warriors update machine. But yeah, the thing's gonna get, as me being my best friend, because I practice more on being the best friend. I'm about to close this show out real quick, and I'm gonna end it on some game, because you always gotta end every show with game. As attempting to be my best friend and stop just doing the most damage I can do to myself, because I had to look at it at one time. I was living quite self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? Running the streets all night, dealing with certain kinds of peoples, all for what they say, as that song goes, for the love of money, doing all kind of things that I was justifying cool. But actually, what I was doing was damn near getting my life took from me and having my life took away from my son being able to see what a man really is. Because I was trying to show that I'm this, I'm that, living up to the name that I created in the so-called streets. Right. And when you find out, when it it comes to the grand scheme of life, that your name you make in the streets don't mean shit when it comes to seeing some real money and dealing with people that can write you checks for thousands on top of thousands. That tough bravado and everything, it can be a detriment and intimidating and scaring to others. So sometimes you got to learn how to come off to people friendliness, make them feel comforted, give them a sense of comfort to be around, but also knowing it's something dangerous about this person behind them, but I'm comfortable to be around them and I feel one with. You're not just when you come around, people are intimidated. They worried about you. They thinking that things can go awry, go stray. You could flip out, wig out for no apparent reason at all. Being a person, like, let's say you might drink a little bit too much. Now when you come around, motherfuckers might want to not have some drinks with you because they thinking that you might fall out, get real loud, rowdy, ready to fight, because some people, it happens.
Hey, if I ain't know you 20 plus years, I'm not drinking around you. I drink with women. I'm grown. I ain't got time for that. We don't have time for all that testosterone, all that you not being able to control your liquor and all that. If I ain't known you for a hot dub, we can't do none of that. That's out. That's out. That's out, period. And to be honest with you, I ain't even smoking with you. Don't ask. Don't ask, just period. Let's just get that out the way. We grown. Ain't nobody finna do none of that. If you ain't family, and even then, like, cause like you said, people can't control themselves. I ain't nobody got time for that. I'm good.
Hey, shit, I'm too old to babysit anybody.
Period.
The age that the people I associate myself around should be grown enough and coherent of yourself to know that where your level, you know what, if I have one more, it's going to be a problem. Because I should not have to babysit no one.
Fact.
When I step out, and because I don't like to drink in public anymore. I don't like to be around because too much bullshit happens now. And I think from trauma, from a past lifestyle, being outside drunk ain't always the thing.
It ain't.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be off guard in the yay. You can't be off guard. Don't get caught sleeping, because the fucked up thing about being out here is you could be getting money with somebody, and at the same time you get money with that person, they plotting and waiting for you to slip that one time.
That's a fact.
So, but as I was saying, being the best friend and your worst enemy is knowing how to take your bad qualities, telling yourself, look in the mirror at yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Like, hey, homeboy, you fucking up. You ain't doing your job right. You out here trying to do something that you're not supposed to be. Because we all been successful at something, whether we wanted to do it or not. So figure out what you was good at and start working on that shit that you was good at. If you had a good conversation, start a podcast. If you was a person that your best time was when you had a job, then find you a job again. If you was a person that can know how to be an artist and sell your art, as of making clothing, sketching things, making comic books, doing whatever it is. if you're a person that knows how to intimidate and not intimidate, but when you can copy, speak another person's voice, when you can is it? But it you know, when you can do the imitation of someone else's voice. If you can able to do things like that, go on TikTok, go on Facebook, and show that skill, because somebody's gonna pay you for it.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying I ain't gonna show everything, but y'all see, laptop in hand, man. We gonna get this work done. You feel me?
You know,
Like you said, Booster Take Show. You understand me? And we taking over for 25, 26. So you know, it's merch is and more coming. You feel me? We might even actually. That's what I want to talk to you about. I know we got to wrap the show up, but I do got a couple things I want to talk to you about that I then came across in my travels, you know. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe we can do a live episode, like all the way live, you know. Yeah, that's something to talk about, though. I mean, you know, and for those that's watching, you know, leave a comment on YouTube in the comment section. Leave a comment or whatever platform you're watching this on. Leave a comment if you will be interested in watching us do the show live.
we can get it. It's like I say, talk, and people talk back. It ain't hard, and we don't act like that. So my guy Creep, wherever he went for Lady Legs, the youngsters, Big Money D Bands, and Young Supreme, for them coming on and doing their thing.
Hey, I need you to tell him for me. I mean, he got the lab over there. I need him on something. I mean, if he's trying to, you know, I got some stuff I'm working on.
It's good. It's good. I'll let him know. It's all good.
And he need to write us
oh, now Lady Lex is about to appear.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm an old lady. I had passed out.
Praise over here.
She's outie, and now she comes back at the time to say bye bye. So, so that's just the way it is. I will be talking to everybody off camera, but right now I'm about to find something to eat and feed my overweight ass. And you know what I'm saying?
That's another thing, man. We need. That's why I was saying too. Like I'm gonna talk to you again, like you said, when we get off of here. But you know, we need to do a couple. You know, I mean, we always live, but yeah, you know, I think we should do that.
Try to be able to get somewhere and something. We've been working on different things. The shit be falling through. But
whoever watching, if y'all be cooking or whatever, catering service, whatever. I mean, I'm all for it, and I'm actually, you know, trying to do some review stuff as well. So please hit us up. You know what I'm saying, at the Booster Take Show, or you know, hit me up definitely. You know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not nothing too crazy, but you gotta cook now. You gotta actually, you can't just be starting the day. Like, I need to see that, you know, you validate because we can't be sitting around here hungry. So I can't be showing up like, hey, I got this for you. And he like, what is this? You know what I mean? So, you know, if your Instagram is popping, you know, if y'all know a caterer that's in the Bay Area, or, you know, somebody with a food service and it's popping, you know what I'm saying? Drop them in the comments, please, and we'll go check them out. We might even do that for an episode. Ain't no telling.
Everything's possible. Let's all make it happen. You can reach that at theboostertakeshow.com. Just follow the little and the lower third is going across the screen right now. Boostertakeshow.com at gmail.com. You can reach it at Facebook, Booster Take Show IG, Booster Take Show on the X, which is Twitter. You know what I mean? You can catch Oliver Warbucks on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Mr. Tycoon, we gonna stick to the. If they look, I don't know if do it say it up here still, but
Wait, hold on. There you go.
there we go.
There
That's
you
how y'all find me. Period. On all platforms, you type that in, and it's good. Y'all type that.
And
You know,
he's willing to do special performances for you ladies. You know what I'm saying? He does. He
He's
does.
joining Creek with his stripping services.
I don't know. See, I don't know if he has a dark stripper secret like Creeper Knievel, but he does.
I ain't turning nothing down with my collar.
He
You feel me?
does secret love ballads for women, and also available for cuddles. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with provide the service.
There will be a cuddle service put up pretty soon. You know what I mean? You can pay for cuddling. No,
Hey.
Mm-mm.
Hey, listen, look.
You might get cuddled from a woman, or you can get cuddled from a man. But
That's a whole.
leave that at that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next. But
So,
that's what I was gonna ask. Well, like you said, we'll talk on camera, man, because you know it's 420 and Easter and stuff this weekend, man.
yeah, it's a crazy weekend. 420. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you up either later on tonight or tomorrow sometime, because I got to feed my face.
Right, for sure.
So like I say, at the end of this roller coaster ride that's in your ear, you always get something clean to hear. It is your guy, that is me. Lady Lex is still here, and she's wake up and said bye-bye to everybody. Yes, that guy right there, he's the Tycoon. Catch him at the Tycoon. You know what I'm saying? For music and all things that you do. You know, and you know it's me, STIMP, dancing a guy that is Beefy McFly. That's the creeper. He had to creep up out of here. He's doing some Knievel things. He might be on a dangerous ride right now. You know, there's a guy that's him and the youngsters. They do hip hop and they trying to make it. So check him out on Big Money D Bands on the IG and everything, because we gonna keep this thing going. And all I say, like the end of all these episodes, peace, love, and hair grease.
Yeah.
Good night.